Hello, everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of the Stewards War. I'm your humble GM for these preceding evenings, Chris, and we got a fantastic episode for you today. But first and foremost, let's see who's on this cast here. Starting off with our lovely CC. Please take it away. Introduce yourself.
You know, I love that you just change it up every time, Chris. As the producer for this production, I love that you can just throw it at me and I say, you know what, I'm just going to have to deal with this now. Hi, everyone, I'm C. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at C RPG. I'm playing Ajax tonight, who uses any and all pronouns. I think that she's been behaving pretty normally in these 2 years since our previous episode. So I'm going to pass it over to Vin.
Now, what did I do to deserve that, actually? Oh my gosh, hi! I'm Vin at VinVoxVA and on the socials. I'll be playing Taika, who is completely well-adjusted and didn't do anything wrong in these past 2 years. Don't stop asking me about it. Oh my god. Zoe, your turn.
Hi everyone, it is I, Zoe. My setup feels different, and I was laughing too hard earlier to notice it, and that's okay. You'll love me everywhere. You'll see me everything everywhere all at once. I play Scovia, the most moral person ever. And I'm going to pass it back to Chris.
Thank you very much, so. With that in mind, hello again, Chris here. But before we start here, in case you missed some of the lovely content warnings we put on this bad boy before we started here, if you type in the chat, ! War, CW, you will find all the content warnings for this episode in particular, which includes fantasy and gun violence, gore, trauma, fire, blood, grief, familial struggles, severe weather, romance, and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, references to child loss, imprisonment, ableism, classism, depictions of experimentation, war, and imprisonment. If none of this floats your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. Also, if you want to follow me or any of these lovely people, not only on the Twitter, but also on the Blue Skies now, you can type in ! Warcast and see where everyone is out there in the lovely space. With that in mind, I think that's everything out the way, so without further ado, let's get back into the Stewards War, shall we? Let's see that intro, and we'll see you right back. siege. With that, our camera begins to pan once more, as we are no longer within the summer skies, nor do we smell the breeze of the sea salt, but rather we feel cold and see the heavy snows from above going about and ruffling all over the place. And in the sounds, we do not hear oceans or crowded peoples. We hear screams, ruffles, and the sounds of siege engines blaring as 2 years of war have gone on. As we begin to pull into focus, we begin to hear the sounds of engines of war. Specifically, as we pan down, looking on the enemy side, sieging this place, we hear the whirling of a large metal ball that is getting ready to unleash itself, and its death upon the city it is upon. Various other sieges or weapons and machines are following suit, as they are each conducted by its own set of men and firing. But as we look towards what they're shooting at, we see this wall protecting the city by a river. It is thick in nature, and it is unusual as the bricks inside of this large wall seem to be ever shifting itself, repairing, as these sort of loose bricks that fall off come in, go back, and begin to repair to form once again a solid wall. Behind it, there's a city slightly on fire, protecting its people. As we see this machine is going off, we quickly go over to the wall of this city. Taika, I'm curious, what do you look like? How has your demeanor changed over these 2 years as you're on the wall itself trying to repair what you can, as you're sort of covered in soot and smut?
Taika is practically a machine themselves, focused only on their work and the effort. It's possible for them to be even skinnier, almost limbs a bit more taut from the stress. Like you said, covered in soot, ash, any kind of like leftover debris or detritus from the machines and smoke. Very quiet still, a mind always going and just dead focused.
You panicking, going back and forth as you are dodging bullets, arrows, and everything you can in between. One of the nearby weapons backfires as you see one of the men try to call you over. But as you continue forward and we switch over, we see the same ball that was get loose as it begins to rip into the dirt. It goes onto the wall itself, but rather than crashing in like one would expect, we see that it instead goes up the wall into the air, and various compartments open up as you see various magic missiles go in and attack. I would say for funsies here, if Taika, please give me a dex save, if you please.
Just say you hate me, actually.
Okay, because I hate you specifically. I hate you, Taika, specifically. I need you to make a dex save.
See, that's what makes it feel good. And that is a 16.
16? You crap! Dodge out the way, luckily, but for some others, not as much, as you see they get as this section of the wall begins to slightly crumble before trying to reform itself back up, as you sort of have to take to the side here. As you look out, we see a little bit more of the battlefield, as it is more of a wasteland than anything. As there are a variety of corpses, debris, and tents on the enemy side, rather than the defenders, which is full of individuals who have seemed to really given up. This may be due to the fact that the Empire has been losing this war. Dragons are a formidable enemy, and add that with the combined smarts of certain individuals, such as your brother, and others who defected to the dragonlords, it has made winning this war seem like an impossibility. And as that sort of goes down, you try to protect yourself here. At this instance, the men on the other side, as we focus back, begin to load up, and we hear from one of them on the side, looking on a distance as they hear a faint roar. They kind of look off to the side real quick and they go, "Aye, I think we got one of the dragons coming in. Ataya's no way near." As this instance, as it gets closer and closer, Ajax, what do these men see coming, as it is not their loving commander that is coming towards them, but something else?
Fire. Chris, it's fire coming at them. These 2 years have been unkind to Ajax, but then again, most years prior weren't very kind either. But there's a question that's constantly pinging around the recesses of Ajax's brain since they fucked off 2 years ago. Didn't return back to the Dragonfire Islands, the Ironfire Islands. Didn't return anywhere, really. Just left. But they come back every now and again to do this, to practice what it means to breathe fire. Because the question, of course, is what's the point of a loyal dog with nothing to be loyal to? They're still trying to figure it out. And they pass like a hand over the sun. And then they swoop down. And it's just fire.
As you go in a straight line through and through, as you just hear men, women, everyone in between, leaving only charred corpses and individuals with their backs on fire as they try to run away. As you begin to make your pass, we go into the trees. As the city is smarter than it seems. In this instance, a number of cavalry are hiding, waiting for the dragon to come in, and I would think among this cavalry, not necessarily commanding, but not necessarily a lowly footman, we see Scovia, waiting in the bushes, your natural element, if we will. What is going through Scovia's mind? How have they changed?
I think Scovia, almost in a way that is uncharacteristically unserious to the rest of the environment, is thinking about what she's going to have for dinner later. Kind of waiting, watching, seeing the dragons fly overhead. She knows that one. Seeing the troops march. She is almost more disconnected now than she ever has been. Something somewhere between coping and ambivalence.
For you, it's rather routine, isn't it? Almost like autopilot in a sense.
Day in, do work, have a little fun, as much as you can during wartime, during recessions. Go home, repeat. It's a very unfulfilling life, a very lonely life, but she doesn't mind. At least that's what she tells herself.
As you put on your armor, you see the horses begin, "Seize the day!" As this wave of cavalry comes from the corner, pincering whatever siege equipment that is on here. Above is the dragon and Taika. You see, not necessarily maybe for the first time in a long time, or at least for a while, your two Companions is a word. I don't know necessarily if you would associate that with them, but you do notice that they are here, and for the first time in a long time, you're fighting together. It's interesting, but again, you don't necessarily have too much time to dwell on it. As you see, you're all doing your parts. If you would all be so kind, just roll a d20 for me, straight up, if you'd be so kind, all of you.
I got a 9.
Fantastic.
I got a 19.
A 19. Ooh.
This feels right for me. She's
I got a
checked out.
1.
Fantastic. For you, Ajax, it is a symphony that you have attuned yourself to. At this point, landing, you have full control of your body as it is mostly almost like attacking in your normal stance. This is not anything new. You've practiced. For you, Scovia, I think you're a little bit too head to the cloud. You think, oh,
Yeah.
she's just another run. But these individuals have been here for quite some time, and they're not going to let some pushovers take them out. And I think as you're riding, you get hit with one of these maces as it goes right into the chest. It hurts like hell as it leaves you on the ground. And then for you, Taika, as you're trying to fix real quick, you see one of the nearby idiots tries to take it too quickly. And with that, you are pushed back as you get blown back a bit. Luckily, land on the nearby roof that's thatched, but still crash. It hurts. But you're kind of like, God damn it, as you have to kind of get yourself up. This battle is happening. As everything's going down Scova, you see one of the nearby individuals that knocked you off is coming towards you to end you. But as you're trying to find your weapon, you can't really find anything. But by the nick of time, by the grace of the gods, or God himself, Daros comes, launching what looks like to be molten lava from his hands, completely disintegrating this individual before you, looks at you and goes, I told you, you're not a very good rider, so how about you just...
I don't know why I'm fucking here. This is not what I do.
You want your gold, goddammit, you earn it. As you see, grabs one of the nearby individuals, headbutts them. Battle ensues. And even though a bit of a hiccup, the last of the men begin to retreat as they are no chance for the dragon. As they're retreating, Ajax, do you let them go or do you show no mercy?
This feels like in a video game where there are two options and I know which one is worse and I choose it anyway. No mercy. It's all fire all the way down. And even to the point where as Ajax is flying over, like doing these passes, they're also burning parts of the city. Just like a little bit. You know, like they definitely like crash and land on part of the wall, maybe right where Taika just was. Like a foot comes down, craters, cracks a few people underfoot, and just like keeps moving and then pushes off, cracks a few more things. The passive destruction of Ajax Rosby is not only pointed at the enemy, it is pointed in every direction. So no mercy, Chris. No mercy.
As you see, they try to run away. One of them drops their weapons, goes, please, 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 please.
I eat them.
Oh, yeah. As you... The battlefield is a mess. And the front part of the city is also a mess. But as the battle dies down, you all begin to slowly revert back into your normal selves and trying to pick yourselves up at this instance as the gate itself that was closed is now open, and at the moment they're trying to save everyone they can and capture anyone they can. And I think from the individuals that are around first, Ajax, you're kind of looking about, but the thing is, it's not necessarily a warm reception. At first, they're glad for your help, but your sort of carefreeness has a bit of a coldness to it. The only one that really approaches you and gives thanks is Daros, who approaches very much and goes, Ajax, pleasure to see you here.
Ajax just crosses their arms. Where's Scovia?
They're in the medical tent, though I will say it is a pleasure to see you fighting for the right side.
I'm not fighting for any side. And I think they like push past Daros now and head toward the medical tent.
Can you give me an intimidation check real quick?
Yeah,
You're
I
essentially
can.
saying, I push a god to the side.
Yes, unlike the first time they met, this Ajax has changed. They are a god. I don't know what you mean. Oh my god.
Oh, did you fuck? Did you humble?
No, I did well. 24? 24? I'm built to intimidate.
Push him off to the side, and there is, you can see from a couple of these individuals, like a gasp of what you've done. And with that, even Daros is a little taken back before he goes, take care of yourself, dragon. Don't want to lose you to that fire of yours.
They like raise a hand in acknowledgement, but don't turn around.
You see him grab, go check the forest, let's see if the dragon left any pickings for us. As he proceeds to go off to go clean up the rest. And as we head into the medical tent, I think we can see right now, Taika, you're getting like a bind, kind of like, they're treating around the chest region as they're sort of binding the wounds itself, as you fell pretty hard. And also, I think Scovia's there as well, even though it's not as bad for you.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's like
So-
it would be a scrape on every end of the day, but she hates it here. So
I
she's
think
milking
also,
it.
if anything, especially that you have a little bit more access to healers, you do notice that there are multiple men and women and people in here that are hurt. And, there's usually a line or an order. I think even you, Taika, noticed that you were supposed to be next, but then for some reason, the healer decided to go to somebody else. And I think at this point, Taika, you kind of have to get up and trying to find attention. And I think at this point, you see them treating Scovia, and you also see that there's a little bit of gold on the side as well.
Let me guess. A splinter. Sprained ankle.
You are closer than you think. Hey, kid, heal this one next.
Righto. And a matter of the half of the payment, Scovia.
Yeah, and reaches into coat, hand sweat like 5 gold.
Grabs it. If you need this, take it. And they hand you a healing potion. Just a regular old healing potion for you to have. If you need it. What is your ailment?
I fell on a roof.
Well, let's see if we can fix that up for you. And they kind of begin to, healing hands over you, begin to sort of repair bruises. I think at this point, the two of you see entering in Ajax for maybe the first time in a while. Not necessarily too long for some of us, but all three of you, it's been a while.
What's up, big guy?
Ajax just cuts through the tent, definitely not wounded, but they just cut through the tent. I didn't say this earlier, but they look more draconic. The more they turn into the dragon, the more the dragon stays. So I think there are like scales under their eyes, across their cheeks. The horns are like larger and more pronounced, and like their hands remain clawed basically for their entire life.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think Scovia is like kind of like man spreading right now on a stool, like cracking open this potion. Not even cracking it open, thinking about drinking it, and is kind of like evaluating herself. Puts it in a bag, is getting dressed.
Ajax looks sideways at Taika. You're still alive.
So are you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for fucking with my wall.
Your wall was about to get fucked harder than I could ever possibly think.
Okay, well, I love talking about fucking abuse. Maybe talk. I'm hurt. I'm very tired. I'll be in better spirits when my back doesn't feel like it's fire.
You need this? And Scovia kind of like gestures the potion.
I have one, thank you.
I mean, you could have two.
I love math.
I
It
knew you
takes
would.
it.
Yeah. Hey, Ajax. You know, really glad you showed up. I don't think, whatever fuck up is in charge of our side really knows how to, delegate properly.
It was a delegation issue and not a being on fire issue.
Well, I mean, Taika's manning a wall, and I'm a foot soldier. So, starting to
Foot
think,
soldier. Doesn't suit you very well.
no, it doesn't. I'm not meant to be at the front lines, but espionage.
What do you want?
Well, I want to get back to my role. But you know, people are on tough times. Allegiances are only getting stronger.
Okay. I meant more in War Department. Can see
Oh.
where your business is hurting because people are dying for free.
You're a little low, Vin. I'm just...
I can see where your business is faltering because people are dying for free.
Literally.
I think at this instance, as the sort of tension begins to build, you begin to hear names getting called out from just a random individuals. You hear them going, "Is there a Taika, Ajax, and a Scovia? Anybody see him?"
Right here.
Hi.
You see coming in what looks like to be this sort of humanoid, blue skin, white iris eyes, short hair that's military cut. Come in. Hi, I'm from the Boar offices up front. Your presence is required at the main castle.
Fuck.
Required.
Not even
Uh,
requested.
Requested, yes, but it is a matter of great urgency. It comes directly from the Coldwells.
Oh. Why don't you start with that?
My apologies. You can follow me if you want.
I mean, main castle, you said?
Yes.
We know how to get there. And I think Scovia kind of exchanges a look at the two of you.
Ajax definitely does not know how to get there, but shrugs either way.
That's where the murder happened, right? Like,
No, this
No.
is
a different city.
Different city.
oh shit, you're right. Scovia would know still, but now she's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. With that in mind, it is a reminder. This is a different city. This is the city of Coldwells Pass. As you begin to make your way into the city itself, you go past the walls that recognize you. You know that the outer layer and perimeter, and hence why this place has been able to defend itself so well, is because the Coldwells, and the Coldwells alone, have access to the door's operations and who they let in. It helps with their defense and helps defend this place from people that are undesirable. As you go in, you get a little bit better of a mood of the city. As you see, it is not this grandiose place that is the capital, but rather a simpler place. Though it is very wealthy, or maybe was very wealthy before war happened, it's not as busting and bubbling as you would assume. There are refugees all over the place and soldiers hunkering up. People are trying to take out the fires right now and trying to look through the rubble. And to be honest, there's an overall mood of this place. A mood that you all have seen the Empire side reflect of hopelessness. Many of people are starting to go AWOL. There is a sense that they have already lost, so why keep fighting? Really, it's just survival at this point. And going in further, you see more of this need to survive. There are no longer the friendly merchants. There is no longer the afternoon teas. There are people struggling for food and people who are willing to do what they need to in order to get the food or whatever they need to survive. Scovia, you got a couple head nods along the way from individuals, both official and unofficial. Taika, not much. You're more of a shadow in this place. No one really notices you. But there's a number of glares at Ajax as they know about the Red Dragon.
What? You didn't tell me what side to burn. I just guessed right.
Bad orders. But you wouldn't
Bad
take
orders from you. There's no such thing as good orders.
I agree. And I think there is like a pause at that. You've changed, big guy. You wouldn't have said that 2 years ago.
Didn't you warn me about that? Changing.
Yeah.
Well, you two aren't exactly a picture-perfect replica of who you used to be, either.
I'm tired.
I never claimed it, so.
War, hits all of us. Even the ones on the outskirts. People in the city. So sad.
Did you build
Hopeless.
that? Taika?
Well,
I did some enhancements. I can't take credit for the entire thing, but I do call it mine.
A siege wall that rebuilds itself. I would have tried to kill you if I would have had to fight something like that.
Well,
But they
it's
say it
still
with
time.
heavy bloodletted respect, I think. The fine art of war. Don't look so glum, Scovia. At least now they're not launching big freaky ballistas at the wall anymore.
yeah, I appreciate that. Genuinely. That would take me out. Would it? Take you out. Just how tough are those scales?
You want to find out?
I would love to.
I can take 6 before I start feeling it.
She looks at you up and down, almost analyzing the words, evaluating how true that is, and then decides she doesn't care. The fiction is nice.
With that, unless you're going to say one more thing. With that, as you continue forward, you make your way through the streets and begin to go up the cliffside.
Sorry, Chris, we're fruiting out over here.
Hey, look, I know what I signed up for, all right? I'm here to facilitate. I am a watcher. With that, we go up the cliffside here. As you see that in the city, hanging almost like a minor illusion itself, is this castle that's built onto the cliffside that goes up. And we first see is that large tower that denotes this castle. Originally, this place was a lighthouse, and then slowly but surely, they built around it, making a castle, then a city, then a port. This place is extremely important. This Coldwell Pass is the sort of last bastion connecting the Empire's main cities and supply route. While you are here by chance, this is a very important place. And as you go into this palace, that was a place of prestige, has turned itself into the Intelligence HQ, a place where information passes through, where enemy movements are cataloged, where orders are taken from top down, where the entire region of. And you can see there's messes about, people are going about their work, paperwork going all about, there's sort of telegrams that are getting messages from all around as they're sort of encoding it. A lot of workers and a couple soldiers protecting, but mostly nobody who could really put up a fight if, God forbid, something broke out here. And as you're going about, you see giving orders, getting a little bit of a understanding what's going on. Hound turns around, and you see that they are slightly different. Still that same sort of debonair smile, but their hair is a little bit more longer, ponytail at this point, as they sort of kept it back. Maybe a bit of a game to them, if anything. If anyone can cut their hair, then they can kill them. But as they kind of come up, Hound goes, "But I'll be damned, Scovia."
Hey, buddy. It's been way longer than I would have expected.
It has been quite a long time. I'm guessing you're here for Lenora.
Honestly, I don't know. We got called.
Yeah, I'll get Lenora. And you see kind of goes one of the people, I get Lenora down, they're here. You see one of them goes, "Yes, Commander." Goes up. "How you doing? You look like," and I particularly heard you have been making a bit of coin on the side from this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you can get when money ain't flowing. It's all going to machines and war.
I understand that, though I'm a little bit more loyal with my loyalties, Scovia. We heard that you supplied, if not a couple of ships to the enemy.
Well, you know, I owed some people some favors.
Oh, Scovia, please. Owed favors? If anybody owed you a favor, cut the throat.
Yeah. Look, you know I got no loyalty to any of this. But I'd never do something to fuck you over.
Well, that's a comfort. And it's a pleasure to see you two as well. It's been a while since I saw all 30 wombats together.
I don't even know what kind of animal that is.
It's the
Nice.
rodent.
It's got like claws or something.
Smart as always, Daka. I don't know if Ajax, you're always as demurring as ever.
Take it as a compliment.
I might get some marshmallows and roast from the heat coming off your scales.
Try.
Tasty, are we? And as you see coming up, Lenora comes from the back, very much still in that regalness of them. They're maintaining this nobleman physique, though slightly less dressy clothing, more active or moving if they need to, as they sort of come up, hair done, and go, "Hello, everyone. I'm glad you got our message. You look all well."
Got your message. They were shouting our names around the med tent.
Well, we heard of the dragon, and we already know 2 of you were in the city, so we thought you would be the best individuals to complete this task.
Oh, it's just
What?
a job interview.
What task?
More like, not necessarily orders, because we know you are not, well, 2 of you are not on our side, but employment is another word. Coin.
Now you
And
speak my
maybe-
language.
Retribution, if those of you are seeking it.
Just spit it out.
Well, it'd be easier to show you than to spit it out. Follow me?
Yeah. Is Hone coming this way, or is he staying in this area?
Oh, Hone kind of goes, oh, I'm going to be here. I got to keep working, but it's been a pleasure to see you. If anything, I'll see you at dinner.
Yeah. She gives him a hug and maybe a kiss on the cheek, and is like, "And I told you, call me Kachi."
As always. Vin, is that Taika or you with a question?
Yeah, this is me, Vinvox, here to say that wombats are marsupials and
Oh
not
my God.
rodents.
Gotta get
That
Taika
didn't feel right in my
correct.
soul. I could
Mm.
not be incorrect in character.
The more you know.
Yes. do do do.
We've gotten away from bullying this motherfucker for too long.
With that, you all proceed into the depths of this place. As you do, the light from around begins to die away. As the darkness of below begins to begin. There's a number of lights coming down because it is about midday, and light seeps through whatever cracks it can. But as you go down, and the number of prisoners begin to increase in number, giving you side-eyed looks of either anger or fear, Lenora goes, well, this particular task we needed you for, as your relationship with the person in question may expedite the process. We
Ah,
caught them near the dam for some reason, and we don't know what exactly he was doing nearby, and we need the information from him.
who?
Daka.
Swivel.
You would do that to them.
Your brother is an enemy of the Empire. He kind of joined the side, if you be so kind and
They
understanding.
also serve the end. That
Yeah,
should
and
have
your-
counted for something.
Your brother is one of the key masterminds and the reason why we're all losing this war.
Do I really need the other two for this?
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask the same thing.
Well, as much as we would love you, Taika, to handle the situation, your relationship with your brother means that you may not push certain areas in which these two would have no problems with doing.
Ah,
Plus, there is a relationship between you all, since of the what happened.
the death of a friend. Yeah.
The plotting against the Empire, more like.
Something like, I feel like we're splitting hairs.
Well, either
But-
way, we need the information, because clearly he was planning something, and if anything, now that we have one of their top masterminds, somebody who knows their movements and supply lines and everything else, we may be able to end this war with a peace agreement. Something I would think most of us would want.
Question. He's a smart guy, right? You know, almost as smart as Taika.
Yes, he was on the Regent's
Yeah.
Council. I served with him in many meetings.
What if getting captured is a part of a fucked up plan?
Well, Sally was not. He was caught off guard, and to be honest, he put a hell of a fight. If somebody
Oh.
was going to get caught, they would kind of just give up, don't you think?
That just makes things convincing.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I
if
feel like-
anything,
Always
that is
thinking 2 steps ahead, aren't you, Scovia?
gotta. Keeps you alive.
Well, hence why we need you to interrogate. We don't know what exactly he was doing, and also, we don't know if this is a trap. I ask of this as somebody who is loyal to the Empire, but I'm also asking as a friend. Because the next people that comes to interrogate your brother isn't going to be as kind as you may be.
Of course. Okay, Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. They'll kill hundreds and be warned for the thousands of innocents, but never kill its brother. Right? Right? That's how that works.
If you
Your
don't want the
face says the
job,
otherwise.
it's simple. I can go find somebody else.
Nah, we'll take
I'm
it.
not saying no. I want to see him.
Then go. Convince him this is futile, and maybe save a couple lives instead of killing them. All of you.
Yeah, okay.
Good. I'll leave you to it. Don't kill him.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that now.
I'll get your payment ready, Scovia.
Thanks, dear.
And with that, you're at the precipice of the door.
You know, this feels familiar. The three of us in a dungeon trying to get answers out of somebody locked up on the other side. When have we been here before, and how badly did it fuck everything up?
Yeah, you know, it was that holiday party 2 years ago. You remember that?
Holiday party. Oh, you know what? I think I do remember that.
Yeah, the beginning of the fall of a nation. That holiday.
Wedding, you mean? I think it was a wedding.
Semantics. So, Taika, what's going on in your head before we walk in here? Any got a plan? I think, as far as I'm aware, we're kind of doing a good sibling, bad friends situation.
I think it's more of a bad sibling, bad friends. I really don't have time for this.
Yeah.
You know, ask me that again in the less passive tone. I really do have other things to accomplish right now.
I mean, look, I don't have siblings anymore. Yeah, let's see how it plays out.
Sure.
Who's taking the lead?
Taika.
Why?
Taika's taking
Why
the lead.
not? It's your
Ajax
thing.
is not taking the lead. Ajax is going to stand menacingly behind you and break bones when they're told to.
Scovey has a
I
hand on
think
the
it
sword.
should be like. It should be like that scene in SpongeBob where they had Patrick competing in the fry cook games. So Ajax comes in first, and then Taika's right behind him.
Ajax comes in first and then just peels off to the side and
then
stands by the
Scovia.
wall, and Scovia other side, and then in comes Taika. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of sitting here. Scovia's like, "Are you gonna go in?" And you're like, "No." And then it's like, "Okay, I get Ajax."
So from my understanding, Ajax first, Scovia second, Taika third?
Yes,
Yeah.
but Taika's doing the talking because it's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you all enter in, one by one, you begin to see that your plan doesn't necessarily matter too much, as currently you see Daka. And it's changed since your brothers met. You notice that, first off, he is not necessarily chained. You see there's a circle of light around him that keeps him in place. But for the most part, you see that currently everything that he had on him is placed on a table, including his left arm, which he had lost during Rhea's rampage. As you see, his mechanical arm is sort of nearby. He's still using his one good hand to sort of just eat whatever they have kind of given him at this moment. Hair a little bit wet and unkept from the conditions he's in right now, and at the moment looks more somber than anything. And he kind of goes, "Here to beat me again? It's not gonna work."
I mean, I could just take the arm, fold into a fist, and see if you like your own medicine.
You see, he gets up, looks. You see his hair covers everything but an eye. Taika?
Hi, righty.
You look good. Ish.
You don't.
Same can be said for the war profiteer over there and the raging fucking fireball to the left of you.
The fuck?
Says the cloaca catcher?
Ajax snorts.
What me for? Like, hi, Daka.
I'm talking to you particularly. I lost a couple friends because of your deals.
Look, just because we don't run in the same circles, you don't have to be mad at me. I try to keep things professional. It's people I don't know. And sometimes they're people that you know.
You know, Dala talks about a lack of integrity among you. And you have no sense of responsibility, do you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Again, why would I? I feel like I make this very clear. I'm just a casualty of war. Trying to make a profit.
Ajax?
Quick clarifying question. Tala, as in the person who shot Rhea?
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, Ajax is going to stand up and come over and punch them in the face. And then lift them up. I'm so sorry that I've done this.
I'm gonna say roll intimidate with me real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I would say disadvantage because he's been
Disadvantage?
He's been here for 5 days.
I hate that I rolled a natural 20. And okay, 14's not as good, but I have plus
7 or something like.
Yeah, intimidation 3, 5 plus 5, 19.
19. With that, you go over without any of you really able to catch them. And do you just beat him once, or do you like really like
Just a quick
wail
like
into him?
no wailing, just a quick because I need to have a quick conversation with Daka before we get into this. Tala, that's for Tala. Hand it over, yeah, will you? Tala has no right to fucking talk about how any of this started because Tala is the one who started it.
That's not what we heard.
No? Do you want to know
Where
who
was
shot
you?
Rhea? Oh, Tala didn't tell you what happened on the boat. Oh, no, she didn't, did she?
She told us it was you. Went mad.
And they just drop and walk back to the wall and start fucking brooding. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Taika, I interrupted.
This is what you associate with yourself now, brother.
I'm just really enjoying the manufacturing quality of this arm you made. We just reunited, just like you, so we can be civilized or we can be barbarians.
What is it that you want to know? that you're losing this war, that your fleet is scattered, and that you're going to be overrun any minute now? What information could you possibly learn that would save you?
You know, that's really interesting, given that you're the one in the circle. And I really have nothing to lose at this point. So maybe something that'll save your hide, save your name, because technically I could just disown you here and now, and we can just call this over.
Intimidation, please. I also say for my other two in the room, he's got stuff if you want to investigate.
Oh yeah, I want to touch. I want my palms all over this shit.
Investigation from whoever wants to touch his stuff.
Ah,
Oh god, I have -2.
Boy.
nightmare. Menace. Menace and a nightmare. Maybe I should have been doing this.
That is a 12.
12. I'll get you in a hot second. I'm very curious for my
I
investigation.
got a 20.
20. What is Ajax doing in this instance?
Ajax is like half-heartedly looking over Scovia's shoulder as he's touching stuff. But it's just kind of like under their breath, fucking kidding. Of course she's fucking lying. Just about Thala again. They're just mumbling about how fucking mad they are. And I don't even know if the other two know. They're just mumbling about it.
No, I think Scovia hears you, but is like choosing to. It's like, I'm gonna bitch
Like
about that
later.
with you later because because that's ridiculous. It's very much a like that's ridiculous. We'll talk about that later. But there's stuff in front of me.
As you go off to investigate, looking through his stuff, you see it's a bit strange. You see that necessarily in his pockets and sort of his main satchel, there aren't necessarily any plans. You see that he has two things: letters and what looks like to be sketches or of alchemy of some sort of like mathematics that he was doing on the fly.
I'm definitely gonna read those letters.
Go over it skimming as the conversation's going on the back there. You can see that Daka is head of logistics. He primarily acts as who needs what and when do you need it by. And you can see by the speed of which he's able to respond to is the reason why the Empire hasn't been able to keep up. There's a level of speed that Daka has coordinated with his side that they're able to respond a little bit faster to their army's needs, and they're a little bit more well supplied. Specifically, you see this comes in handy with the makeshift fleet that they have. A lot of the main battle is with fleet against fleet, and the
Yeah.
Imperial fleet is not doing well, and he knows this.
Yeah. And in looking at this, it's probably like the speed at which they're doing this is like faster than Scovia's like communication networks even get to. I think.
Yeah,
is...
and I think also the reason why they're able to impact is because they win their battles. So like it's easier to form a line of communication when you don't have to worry about, the cell line being cut midway through.
Yeah. This. I'm not a fucking artificer, but like, can I get a general gist of what the like schematics of the stuff is?
I will say, without going too deep into it, because you will have to roll if you're going to go deeper.
Oh, I mean, it's an investigation.
Yeah, I would say Arcana at that point.
Then I'm gonna leave that to the other one.
I will say, just looking at it, it looks like it's gonna be drawings of, believe it or not, concrete blocks.
Yeah, it's never concrete blocks. Yeah, I'm gonna put the letters in my pockets. Just fucking why not? And I'm gonna walk over to Taika after their shit resolves and hand them the schematics.
It goes over to you, Taika. You say your words. You roll a 12. He looks at you. Do you think disowning me is gonna stop me from doing the right thing? We made a promise. And you killed them. Killed Rhea. And you didn't show any remorse. You fucking sold out. You you went to go burn whatever was in your vicinity, you at least had the dignity to serve a side. Your other two don't care. You think I give a flying fuck if you disown me? You betrayed me. But that doesn't mean we can't be together again, brother. If those two can flip-flop sides, then you can switch too. Why don't you just come to the winning side?
First of all, I didn't kill anyone. I didn't betray anyone. Don't you remember what side everyone died for? I would at least respect them. It isn't about winning. It's about staying on our soil and remembering who came before us. As much as I hate even entertaining those traditions, it's all we have left.
But that's the problem. We hold on to these values, brother, and that are old and have no consideration for the world we live in now. If we were lived by the old ways, we would be like pets to the whim of that regent who wanted to behead your friend. Does that seem right to you? Does that seem like it's the thing we should just shut up and accept? No! That's not what we do. We invent, we create, we hypothesize, and we experiment, and then we discuss, and we build, and we build, and we build. We don't just rely on the past. That's always been your problem. You're just scared of everything. Grow a backbone. Fuck these guys. They don't care about you. You're just cannon fodder, but I do. My side cares about their people.
You want me to grow a backbone?
I didn't
No,
mean it.
that's what you just said, right?
I didn't mean it like that. As you can see, I'm a little stressed out at the moment.
You know, you're right. I should be listening to you, as you know. I really I shoved you into the spotlight, into the council, because I couldn't take it, and I think it is the perfect time to get a backbone. And I think, Ajax, you can give me his. He stands up and just struts out.
Hey, wait, Taika, like as you're, I need you to take a look at these.
Snatches them
Yeah,
on the way out.
I do not stick my neck in that thing. I close the door.
I'll let y'all take outside instead.
No, I'm in here with you.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I close the door
Yeah.
because I have a feeling that Taika does not want to see any of this. Daka, you talk like you were there. Talk like you know everything that happened 2 years ago. Yet, from where I'm standing, you have allied yourself with a fucking liar, the one that started all of this, and you've never been thrown by the wayside. Allegiances, loyalty. What do you do if society never gives you a chance? What if Everything that you've ever known gets thrown away in the blink of an eye. What if you are one of the last people of your home? Would you pick a side?
Do what they always do. Be a hero. Stand up for people. No matter how much I've lost, no matter what happens to me, I don't compromise my morals for fucking money.
Your morals are built on a lie. On an entire fucking lie. And the thing is I could see it. You're smart. You're just as smart as Taika is. And I see that same glimmer in your eyes that I see in its. And you know what I see? Doubt. Because you fucking know. You know there's always been something a little fucking weird about that. Why would I do it? I killed Rhea because there was no other way. I killed Rhea because she begged for death. I was going to take her to the fleet. I wanted to go home. Why would I fuck everything up at the last minute? Why? So I could do this? So I could live like this? Tala's lying to you. Tala's lying to everyone. It was her bullet that ran through Rhea and unleashed that poison that had been killing her slowly, brought it down on the Empire.
Silence as he thinks about what to say next. Persuasion, please, Ajax.
Oh, that's so interesting. I've been pulling out my sword just for murder.
14?
You see,
You had a +1 with your thing. 15 maybe?
15? 15?
You see, he looks about, thinking. Even if what you said is true, I just can't give up the lives of people I've sworn to protect. I can tell you what we plan, but I can't tell you where they are. I'm not going to betray them like that. No matter how much you beat me or stab me or kill me, I'm not going to say shit.
Tell us the plan, then. And then I'll do as Taika asked.
Your fleet is coming here. We beat them in the mountains and they're coming. So we're trying to figure out a way to destroy your fleet once and for all, because once that's gone, you're done. I may have a solution, but they don't know about it yet. I didn't get word off before I was caught.
Scovia, do you want to ask the follow-up questions?
Yeah. How are you exchanging information so fast?
Science, magic, the in-betweens of it all. We built communications along ley lines to help with the speed.
Okay. Is that something we could replicate?
If someone was to show you the way, yes, but I won't help you in that. If anything, my brother could probably build it.
Good to know. What were the schematics in your pocket?
My brother can figure that one out for you.
Yeah, okay.
It's not that hard. But I'm done. I'm not saying anything else.
Yeah. So what do you do if you get out of here?
gonna go back to my side and I'm gonna keep fighting the good fight.
What are you gonna do if you win? What about Taika?
They'll be spared.
You think so?
I know so. Honorins don't doubt.
I
You
can see
get that promise from the same person who's been lying to you about how the war started, or a different liar?
Exceptions can be made to rules, but I'm done talking. Do whatever you're gonna do. As you see, kind of clinks back into his position.
Well, obviously you're gonna die because your sibling literally said to rip out your spine. Which sucks for you, I guess. But I'll let you know. Talk of the thing about heroes is they're not based in morality. Whoever wins is the one that gets to tell their greatest warriors that they're heroes. So, if we happen to turn this thing around, which you won't see the end of, I'm sure they'll call traitors like us the best heroes that ever had.
Before you leave, he goes, that's what history may tell you, Scovia. But what about the people closest to you? They look you in the eye the same way, kiss you the same way, look at you the same way. How would a Nier look at a person who fought for each side for money, while he risks his life every day for people who can't defend themselves? Now, real hero shit.
That silences her. She leaves. It's nice
Ajax.
knowing you, Daka.
Last in the room, Ajax. What are you doing?
If this is okay with you, Chris, I think we just see Ajax coming out of the room, and they've got something palm-sized in a hand, and they find wherever Scovia and Taika are, and just like they had handed Taika the apple 2 years earlier, they press a vertebrae gently into its hand.
We, the Honorins, we were always celebrated for our sacrifice. It's what Mother would have wanted.
And with that, you see your brother's dead body begin to get escorted out. Before we go on our break, Taika, would you like to see these notes here and try to roll an Arcana check for me, please?
I would love to. Well, my back hurts. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Oh, goodness gravy. What is that? That
These are-
is an unnatural 20.
Oh, thank God.
Looking at your notes, looking through the quick mathematics, you see your brother was analyzing concrete, but specifically, you know there is a dam nearby. Superstone that's sort of built on and powers the entirety of the region. And you can see that he was forming formulaic compounds for a specific type of acid, fast acting, that would destroy these rocks. And from what you can get, he made this concoction that would destroy this dam right quick. Though you would need a pretty big explosion to do it off, as even dripping this acid on the dam itself would be a process. If you were trying to be fast acting, you have to make it a little bit more volatile.
And just kind of roll them up neatly. Put them in a nearby satchel. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about that anymore.
And with it, Ajax, were you going to say something? You proceed to collect your information. The body itself is escorted to one of the nearby dumps as he is thrown off to the side. And you prepare to meet with your superiors and have some dinner. And we'll take a quick break right there. We'll be right back, everyone. We're going to take a break, so use a baño, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. We'll see you soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. With that all in mind, let's get back into it, shall we? As we return on our party, at this point, maybe late afternoon, what we see before us now is a little bit of a different circumstance. We see at this point we are now familiarized with the upper echelons of this operation, the inner hall, as the crew enters in and dips into this open area that has what looks like to be a circular table in the middle of the continent and its various pieces and intricacies of battle formations, fleets, and everything. And in the back, another map of just the region as a bigger whole to see kind of where certain ships are. People are going back and forth, working and everything. This place is a little bit, stress and a mess as people are working and doing their thing. But as you get here, you see not only the Coldwells, Hone and Lenora, but two other individuals. As you see Daros in one section, looking over everything, and Anur, who is on his side acting as kind of like a personal bodyguard. Anur seems to have been unscathed by the war, whether it be by his talent or maybe inactivity in it. You don't know. But you see that as you do enter the room, Scovia, he does give a look before darting his eyes away and focusing on being guard dog.
Is it a good look?
It's just like very much of like, oh, you're here, and kind of.
I think she has the same look on her face, like, oh, did not expect you here.
Blushing. And at this point, Daros goes, well. How did the interrogation go?
We got what we needed.
I hope you left some room for us. Desserts are always fascinating.
I hate to say that we put our back into it.
You see Lorna goes, I'm sorry, what?
Ajax laughs because Taika is cracking jokes about murdering his brother.
That's unhinged.
They like it. I think they laugh, like, really, like.
It is...
And they just go for the food behind everyone. They don't want to be.
There's like an eye cut of like shock in Scovia. It's not bad shock. It's like, and then kind of like reorients. Yeah. Yeah, we got the information. They're gonna blow up a dam, kill a bunch of soldiers. They've also been put.
Get some food. We need to discuss this. As you see, they kind of dunch over, and you relayed the information to them. They look in a circle, and you see Hone go, I know exactly what you're talking about. We built the dam, well, the damn dam, about a little bit ago. About maybe a decade, maybe 8 years. It is made of this material you speak of. So, if anything, if we did get word that the fleet is coming back, they had a retreat after a battle in the mountains, and it is the remaining of the Imperial fleet. So, if what you say is true, and we're retreating, that means that they're probably waiting for the ships to get to the pass. And you see Lenore kind of picking up when he's putting down. And if the fleet goes through and the dam breaks, they'll flood the city, probably flood the river, and then it's winter.
And all your ships are totally fucked.
And they win.
It's a problem. We have two options before us, really. We could divide half of the city's forces to go defend the dam. It would ensure that any kind of major attack against it can be held off. But that means there'll be only half the people in the city to protect the city itself. Or the other thing we could do is maybe really hunker down our forces here. And once we've kind of secured the city as a front, we can put whoever else we have left on the dam. Because if we don't let these ships pass, God forbid the dam does break, then we're really screwed.
I have a feeling that if you put too much effort into securing the dam, you won't have enough attention to secure yourselves.
They don't know that we know. I
You can
think.
use that against them.
I think that they think that Daka would never give up their secrets. Because they're arrogant in that way. I believe in loyalty and house. And look what that got us. Their entire... Ajax is still very clearly pissed off about it, about Thala. There's still the entire fucking thing built on a lie. So they really would still think. They wouldn't expect us to guard the dam. Wouldn't expect you to guard the dam. If you do send anyone there, you tell them that you know. If we are secretly keeping eyes on the dam, we'll be able to send in and take care of we'll be able to take care of any agent that they send in to destroy it when the time comes.
You are speaking up and you bring a good point. But as you say lies, Daros kind of chuckles to himself. Maybe half lies if we're being truthful with ourselves.
Beg your pardon?
Well, he kind of looks to everybody else in the room that isn't necessarily a nobleman, and they kind of get the idea of maybe they should leave the room. We do understand exactly why we're in this mess to begin with. You did not heed my advice earlier on about letting Rhea to their fate.
It would have gone off without a hitch had Thala not pulled a fucking gun on me to my back when we were halfway out into the harbor.
That may be true, but your response in tow didn't help, per se.
Oh, not getting shot didn't help things.
Killing your prized turkey ain't exactly any better.
My hand was not the one on the trigger.
Last time I checked, I saw a lance, yours specifically, you piercing through, unless my vision is befuddled me.
Not to sound like that, but she was destroying the city, and she was going to kill us.
I was putting the dog down. She was in pain, suffering, rage-afflicted, poisoned by the Empire. Lest I fucking heed to remind you.
But yet, as he gets closer, you have not fully committed yourself to the cause of the Empire. You waver tit for tat. Dragon's a powerful ally, but yet you seem to not care and roam around the countryside like a wild animal. So I'm curious as he gets closer to you, Ajax. Are you gonna stay on this side, or are you just gonna let loose again like the dragonic menace that you are?
Why should I fight for the Empire?
Something you've lost. Something it gives you, the purpose it gives. People in their lives. Something clearly you have lost. It's faith. You've lost it. Whether it be in yourself, whether it be in your ability to right wrongs, you have lost faith. And I see that among all three of you.
So
I commend you for your work, but do you have the faith in order to enact change?
Are we just supposed to pick up a side like a game of picking up sticks? Just because that's where we land? Daros, I respect the level of commitment that you bring to the Empire, but the Empire gives us nothing. They don't. You have to have a reason to pick a side. You have to stand for something. This something has to be there. I'm not just gonna be loyal because I'm stuck here because the other side has decided that I am not worth their time.
But yet, you took the vertebrae of a poor individual down below. Is that not commitment? Is that not choosing a side? It's gonna be real hard to work with the enemy knowing that you despawned one of their lovely commanders, is it not?
Well, and there's something on the tip of his tongue that is, oh, well, that was Ajax. But he keeps saying that. It was Ajax back then. It's Ajax now. And he feels stuck in the middle. I feel stuck, Taros. I'll admit. One side doesn't trust me, and the other isn't giving me enough to warrant my trust. Is that what you want me to say?
See, Honkans, I think this is leading into an area that is not particularly keen to the situation right now. They're, God, and kind of bows down to Daros. You're right, this is a parental spat. I'm just concerned
No.
about the city and the Empire. Forgive me.
No, I think it is relevant. No, I think it is relevant. Hone? No. I know why. Taros. Why are you loyal to the Empire?
Looks up to you.
You're the only god down here. The rest of them take a more uninvolved approach. I've lived with you for the remaining of the life that I have. It's a fair question, and I think it's relevant to this war.
I fight for something greater than myself. I fight for legacy, and I fight for the betterment of you mortals. If you cannot govern yourselves, then what's the point of having you around? And then you running these buildings and conducting these little wars. The Emperor gave you the power to govern yourselves, and to be honest, you royally fucked it up. And I'm trying to show. Maybe you need help. Maybe you need guidance. But my lessons aren't attaching. Not exactly doing great.
We're losing. Badly. That's obvious. Nobody is being utilized properly. Everything's going to shit.
So, if everything is going to shit, if we are not using ourselves as the best potential Scovia, then what would you suggest we should do in this scenario? What is your battle plan to save the fleet and defend this. Whatever will you enact, it shall be a decree from my lips.
And I think Ajax, who's been stewing in their food this entire time, still fucking pissed off, I think finally lifts their eyes up a little bit and looks at Scovia, the only other person that they've taken orders from since they left the Ironfire Islands.
And wow. It feels like a spotlight is put on her. As she kind of looks around, sees so many people looking at her because she craves giving an order. She loves being in charge. I would, and take this with a grain of salt, because of my specialties. Like we were saying, we use the information that we have, and we hit them before they realize they've been hit. We send a small crew to discombobulate them, mess with their forces, take out whatever. I can't imagine that it's going to be many people there to destroy the dam if that plan has reached them. And we also need to start taking their supply chains, their communication lines. Much like Daka said, it is a lot easier to get your troops going if you can get them set up, cut the other one's lines. Small teams.
Indeed. And what about you two? Since you're so keen on the whole ideas, what recommendations would you add, or do you follow suit with this plan?
I think it's a good start. I would like to know how they communicated, if that information was made privy.
Magic. Actually, your brother, Daka, said that you would be able to figure it out. They are using magic, a little bit of technology, and they set them up at the ley lines of the country. That's part of it. Zoe doesn't. They set them up at the ley lines. He wouldn't tell us how he did it, but he said you would be the person to go to.
Oh, at least they got one thing right. That is fine. Yeah, I guess that'll be the rest of my night.
And I think if we're going to start utilizing people, if we can't communicate faster, we can at least move faster. Their dragons are for big plans, if I'm not mistaken. Ours, and Scovia looks to Ajax, might be useful for small ones. I say we take a talented group of fighters and hit where it hurts faster than they can even notice. On the back of Ajax, if you are amenable.
Ajax thinks about it. The thing about the dragons is that they're used to decimating armies. That's why you're all fucking losing. You're trying to fight dragons with an army. Dragons are not so used to fighting each other. And, you know, it's funny. It's so funny that they'd believe the lie of some empire noble over the words from my mouth. Cast me as the villain. Fine, then fine. I'll play the villain. I just want to get Tala in between my teeth. That's all I ask for.
Well, there you have it. I'll send my best warriors out right now. We can discuss more of your lovely details of the plans in the morning, as I am a god but need shut-eye. You see him go, yeah, oh, okay. We'll discuss more details in the morning. Do any of you need accommodations? I do know, Scovia, that you have places in the city already. What about Ajax and Taika? Do you need any accommodations within the castle? Or do you think you'll be able to find out where you need to go?
I won't say no to a bed.
Yeah, we can set you up in the room.
You can stay with me, Taika.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but I did.
Don't.
I think they'll be fine with us, Scovia. How about you, Ajax? Do you need a place to stay?
I don't need anything from the Empire. I do this for my own reasons and not for you. I think they start to push themselves up out of the table.
Fantastic. As you all proceed to get up, get ready for your nightly accommodations, Anir does grab your hand, Scovia. Just a real quick word, if you don't mind, Onye.
Sure. She's not looking at him in the eye. I'm worried about what the quick word will be, but sure. What's up?
How are you doing? It's been a while. You don't look any better, though I heard you're richer now, which is weird.
Something like that. I am feeling lost in there. Misused, misplaced. If I'm being honest. This war is a mess. And we're losing. Well, you all are losing.
Don't have to say it like that, damn.
I am nothing if honest.
I guess my real question is specifically, how are you doing? Not the mercenary, not the war profiteering person. How are
Oh, you know about
you
that? Okay,
doing?
great. Okay, we don't have that.
Yeah, everybody know.
Okay, all right. Well,
I don't particularly mind it.
she like that's kind of that's a slap to the face in a good way. Like, oh,
You gotta go. If a gun you sold kills me, then I deserve to die. It really shows my lack of skill. So
she is looking at him now. Yeah, I am glad you feel that way. I could be better. But I've got some things that I need to chew on. A little dead birdie has actually given me something to think about. I am, and don't tell anyone this, starting to think that I might not want to be responsible for the gun that might kill you.
you see, he's trying to find the words really to kind of follow up with that, and just look, I know you're busy. So how about we just meet up tomorrow morning, I guess. If you want to talk more about this.
Yeah, I would love to hear some perspectives, some loyalist perspectives that aren't my fucking dad.
Not too much of a loyalist these days, but I get the job done.
Well, then I would definitely like to talk about that more.
You see Dars go, Anir, I know you have a lovely affection for my child, but if you'd be so kind and hurry up.
Okay, all right.
I'll see you later.
See ya.
And runs off.
Kobe's excited to talk about the shit's passing.
Your dad sucks. Of course he fucking sucks. Fantastic.
Let me have this. Come on, bro.
And with that, you all turn in for the night. One by one, get to Scovia Place. It's a nice little. Is it a more of like a whole building? Is it an apartment kind of deal? What do we got going on here?
Let's see. If someone has money during a war and the recession is trash,
They're buying a whole building, probably.
I think she's buying a whole building. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's very much like, not an apartment complex, but very much like
you own property.
like property, land. You would miss it if you didn't know it was hers, which is...
Quick question: do you lease it out, or is it just you?
I think it's just me.
Okay.
For now. I think Scovia is tapped into, like, the underground parts wherever she goes. Like, he is very much like, let me find the shadiest people and fucking chat them up. I think a lot of people come in and out. The people that need homes, like people that need to sleep, people that are coming in and out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the one act of kindness that she does. It's very much a like it's not leasing, it's pay what you need to. If you don't need to pay, then so be it. But make sure you remember who did it. Growing our network.
You guys proceed to turn in for the night there. Taika, you go over to your room in the castle. You see that it's just your standard issue. You see there's a window that looks out to the city. Stone around. One of the soldiers goes, Taika, we were just making sure we took everything we needed off of your brother's body, and we did find a number of his belongings. Would you want these?
Yeah, I'll make a space for it.
They hand you a bag, and as you sort of take it over and kind of walk off, preparing yourself to go to bed, you notice that something kind of slips out, and you can see it looks like to be a photo with you and your brother in happier days. And I want to ask in this instance, do you have any regret of what happened with Daka?
I'll say no. They feel bad, but it had to be done. And that's been their whole family's namesake. So, yeah, the photo does hurt. But with everything that was said, it doesn't regret it at the moment.
And with that, you all proceed to go to bed for the night. You dream. You sleep for the night as the moon slowly begins to rise. But Taika, you begin to smell something. You know this smell. You are intimate with this smell, as you have been with it many times. You smell fire and you smell smoke. What do you do as you get up?
They are flying out the door. They're not wasting any time. Nothing covert. They are yelling fire, hitting doors, like smacking, like any wooden things with their tail.
You go
Alerting
through
everyone.
the door, and as you grab the handle, you notice that 1, it is locked, and 2, the handle is so hot that you have to release your hand. As you can tell, the main fire is all over the hallway.
Great! That's so cool, bestie.
Do you look out the window?
I guess I do look out the window.
Looking out the window, you can see something is happening. The walls are open, and various of those siegers that you thought you defeated have made their way into the city and are actively fighting within the main courtyard as people are trying to defend. The city is under siege. What are you doing in this instance before I cut over to our other folk here?
I'm suiting up. Getting ready.
Fantastic. Begin to suit up, get all that ready for my other two. You guys awake not to fire, but the sound of loud noise. As you see, it's a little bit louder than usual, and particularly is panic. What do you do?
Scovia, who is always everything all the time, like on a hair trigger, like jumps up out of bed and looks over to Ajax and is like slapping. Wake up!
Ajax barely lets go of your waist as you jump out of bed, and they kind of lift themselves up off the bed a little bit. What? Again? Another one? Another round? Fine.
Well, no, not that.
What?
Later.
What?
Listen, open your ears.
Yeah, this place sucks. What?
You
being
hear
sieged. And then they...
You hear a firing line as you see a puff of smoke coming from one of the nearby alleyways.
Fuck.
What the fuck is going on?
Open one of the windows and stick their head out a little bit.
Open one of the windows. You see at the moment, you're kind of on a 4-way street, Scovia. You notice there is a bottleneck from the front and back of the street as you see a number of the city guard are kind of bumping shields with a number of siege attackers that are somehow in the wall. And you can see that the wall is no longer closed but wide open for the entirety of whatever army that wasn't here before just attacking the city, taking it over.
The fucking... And I think it hits Scovia. Oh my god, the compound, the melt walls.
It wasn't for the dam, was it?
Never fucking is. Did you actually kill him?
I'm gonna throw myself out the window.
Same.
Fantastic. You dodge as you guys do this. Where are you headed? As you do know, Taika is still in the main castle.
How far away are we from the main castle?
It's probably about a 5-minute run.
I don't know. That feels... I mean, that's fine. We can go to the main castle, but I think I want to, analyze everything. I want to know, to a degree, what is the, what's the root cause? Obviously, they're inside, but, where are they coming from?
I don't think you really have to roll, per se, because it's very much of, they're coming from the front. The front is open. The gate is wide open.
Yeah,
so they're coming through there. And you can notice that there's still, a waiting line in terms of, they're trying to come in.
Yeah, I think we should help. I think we should... Look, always cut off the snake's head.
All I need to know, Chris, are there dragons here?
Perception check for me, please.
Oh no. Oh no.
I hope there's one.
Oh no. 2 plus whatever.
2?
2 plus whatever.
Not a dragon in sight, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of elemental damage, so they're not around.
Okay. Ajax looks backward at Scovia. Are we doing this?
Well, we're only 2 people, but I think 2 people could take out a general. Let's find who's in charge.
If you say so. I want to turn into a dragon, Chris.
And I want to ride.
You turn into a dragon, and with it, you begin to. But as it does,
crack into your building a little bit.
That's
Uh-oh.
why
What do you mean? What? Huh?
You're getting shot down.
you reverse back. You're not able to for reasons.
Did you just Uno reverse me? Did you give me a gift into my character sheet and then take it away from me?
There's a reason. But you are not able to turn into a dragon at the moment, as you're starting to realize you're not able to. You still have your strength, you still have your power, but you don't have the ability to turn into a dragon.
I think that they like double over suddenly and start like coughing, and there are these like splats of like hot sizzling oil on the ground. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
You hear from the corner, "Hi, there!"
And they just start pushing you to start running toward the castle.
She's pushing you to start, like, let's go, oil throat.
Fantastic. You proceed to run. We'll get to you in a hot second. Taika, you are finally suited up. What are you doing in this instance?
I gotta go find my 2 homosexuals. It's looking for Ajax and Scovia.
Fantastic. How are you getting out of here? So you got 2 ways. Either you jump out the window or you try to break into the hallway.
You know what? I have an item called Ring of the Ram.
Okay.
While wearing this ring, you use an action to expend 1 of 3 of his charges with a ranged spell attack against 1 creature or object that isn't being carried within 60 feet of you. The ring produces a spectral ram's head and makes an attack roll with a +7 bonus on a hit. Each charge you spend takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you.
I would say it's a door, so you don't, for expediency sake,
Yeah.
we don't have to roll. But if you use that, you could break this door down if you want.
Yeah, I'll just use the ring.
Very good. One last question. Do you take your brother's stuff with you, or do you leave it in the room to burn?
Chris, I don't know what I did in a past life for you to hate me like this.
Don't worry about it. Just answer the question. Is it A and B? There ain't no C. Ain't no third option in here.
Okay, I gotta get out of here. There's no time. It's gotta burn.
Too focused on your life. Ordinary things as you proceed to go out. As you go through, you are able to see that there's a multitude of fire, but luckily with the ram's spell, you kind of just ram through most of it. As you get on the other side, you see one of the soldiers kind of, what is going on?
Fire.
No shit, what's going on? What?
I'm just as informed as you are right now, so if you don't know, I sure as hell don't know. I'm figuring it out.
Okay.
Don't die. And I think they're pushing their way through this shit. They don't have time for this.
Fantastic. As you proceed to go out, you make your way through, running at this point, and as you do, you manage to find yourself in sort of the main lobby area, in which kind of like, you know, the entrance is sort of entering in, very Castlevania-esque, if like the door is kind of also the main lobby, and you see a rather strange sight before you. There are a number of dragonlords, which is the enemies that have somehow managed to make their way all the way up here, but you notice that with some of the soldiers, some of them are fighting with the dragonlords.
He said that he wasn't as loyal as he used to be. That motherfucker turned on us. So much for not wanting to make the arrows that kill him, huh?
You're not here.
Chris, this is
You're not
fucked.
here. Taika?
I'm speaking for the people right now.
See, voice of the people.
As you're thinking on your feet, you do notice a soldier is starting to begin to notice you. So what are you going to do here before anybody really notices?
I'm running. I'm getting out of here. I'm not.
You're just leaving?
Look.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to make a dex save for me, please.
With these shit ass stats. What is that? Okay. As a 17 plus. Let's see. 18.
It might not be.
Fantastic. 18?
Mhm.
Let me just roll something real quick.
How about you don't?
I'm
You done enough. Retire.
It's fine. You are sort of dodging blades up the way, kind of going about, and with that, you barely manage to make it out. You see somebody tries to shoot you, but luckily you're able to sort of punch it off of you. And as you get to the outside, you see the same sort of seat that you see people fighting going all over the place. As you are there, kind of looking around to see how to escape, you do notice the same issue you saw before. The front gate of the city is open. The enemy is coming through, but they're sort of making their way through because it's very much of, there's 3 levels of walls within the city, so it seems like they've made it past 2 of them, and they're coming towards the 3rd. So you do notice that they're coming in the city slowly but surely. So you can keep that knowledge there. I'll get it back to you. From my other 2, you going through, I need 2 athletic checks to see how fast we can move through here. I'll give you a second. Either athletics if you want to book it, or stealth if you want to try to avoid anybody in your way. I'll give it to it's group either way.
Group? Oh, that's fine.
Which one do you want to do?
I wish I had athletics, but I got a 19.
19?
That's pretty good. I could do athletics then.
Yeah. I mean, I got a fucking 19 on
baby.
the dice.
18 plus 5 plus 3.
24. Jesus.
You are not able to fly, but it has nothing to say that you cannot jump at least an abnormal distance, not anything crazy. But with that, you are able to, Scovia, you are like going, maybe go this way, this way, and this way. You know the certain shortcuts through the city that most people don't
Roof
know.
running, baby.
And Ajax kind of helps at this
Can
point.
get you there. Can bulldoze through where you point them to go.
Dex save for both of you, if you be so kind.
Ah! Nat 1.
Fantastic.
And I'm not raging, so... Oh, wait, do I get anything else?
24.
Nope, just Nat 1 for me.
Not one for you.
Yep.
24.
24. So you succeed because I believe of your evasion. So you're good,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah,
So
I'm
with that,
untouched.
Ajax, you take 28 points of cold damage as you see
There were dragons.
they from the sky with their cold ice begins to formations. You get a bit of that frostbite as it's almost like being on fire, but not necessarily, as it hits you in the back as you just get barely from the courtyard. You're a little bit distance away, but you do see Thea is now in the fight, sort of going through.
We need to get out of here.
We're cooked, bruv.
Cook, bro. Fantastic. So continue running.
Yeah, I think there's like a moment where Ajax gets up in the hazy frost of it and can see the dragon way kind of in the distance and stares for a minute, and then I imagine it's getting pulled by Scovia, and then eventually we'll start running after you.
Fantastic. At this point, going back to you, Taika, coming out, at this point, you do see Ajax and Scovia are a little bit in the front. They're going to be a wee bit, they're almost there, but you know that you'll be united real quick. In this instance, what you want to do is you're sort of in this main courtyard here, and you do see Thea has just go through, not particularly paying any attention to you yet.
I'm thinking real hard.
You make a perception check if you want to see what's around you.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Please do.
Perception. Oh, it fell in my lap. Oh, a natural 20.
A natural 20. I would say you immediately know there's a stable around the back. Particularly, probably enough horses. And you do also remember, because you spent so much time here, you do know of kind of one of the secret compartments that can kind of open a path for you to escape in. So you have a mode of transportation, and you do have a way out of here that's relatively quick without you having to fight a lot of people.
You know, in times like these, being a coward is really sexy.
Fantastic. You're running towards those stables?
Yeah.
With that, you open the door, and as you do, you feel something push you out.
Pardon?
You see something glowing, green in nature, in between its various parts, as you see its arm begin to power up. And along its back, you see the place in which the vertebrae was ripped out is now back in with something of a copper-like texture into it, as they are completely shortless. And their eyes bleeding this neon green pulsing. As you see Daka come out, angry. I was worth that much to you?
You started it.
You see he grabs you and begins to position himself to stab you. At this instance, by other two, you see this going down as you see Daka's alive and is like this necrotic cyborg X thing that's about to punch a hole through Taika right now if you don't do something.
Go stop it, big guy.
Let's try that again. Lance? Coming out now, this time.
Fancy, throw the hit.
Alright. Don't fuck me. Hey, alright. That is a 19 to hit.
19 doesn't hit. As you throw your lance, you see grabs the other arm up and grabs your lance and tosses it to the side. You don't think I learned your stupid move, Ajax? Try something new. That's you got movement and you got bonus action.
Ooh. Oh god. Okay. Well. Okay. Here's what I want to do, Chris. Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I technically have a second attack. And if I may, this does break many rules. So just tell me if I'm off kilter here.
Okay.
Try something new, Daka says. And Ajax just lets their eyes flick over to Taika, and the lance has landed right next to them. Could I give my extra attack to Taika and act as a distraction right here and now by throwing that lance? I'm just wondering if maybe we could do that.
Roll a d20. Let's see how you get.
Roll a d20 and see what happens. An 8, which is a holy number in transplanar rules, which I exude outward.
Okay, good energy.
That's
I would say for the moment, not extra attack, but are a bit distracted as they sort of look at you of just like really not, especially that you ripped this person out and that they somehow have repaired themselves and are stronger for it. So they are a bit distracted. What about you?
I'll play
Savoie?
distraction.
Well, a distraction is glorious for me because I am a brawler rogue. I want to stab this. I'm gonna attack.
Yeah, roll attack.
Math hard. Do I get advantage?
Say no because
That's fine.
Taika's not necessarily in a position to fight.
Oh,
Don't know.
they know I'm here, right?
Who? Yeah, they do know you're here.
Wait, bonus action? If I bonus action hide.
You can find disadvantage if you want to hide. You can, possible.
Well, no, I get because I'm a rogue. I do the bonus action things as a bonus action.
I'm saying disadvantage for rolling stealth.
Oh,
That's
because
in terms of like, yeah, you can try to hide, but he's very much like clocking you.
that's fine. That just only makes me cooler.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh God. That's 19. No, 20.
20. What that? You do disappear for a second as he's trying to track you, but
Yeah.
very much paying attention to Ajax right now.
Let's go. I'm god tier correct. Now I'm gonna stab them good.
Now I'm gonna stab you.
15 plus. Oh, why is math so goddamn hard?
What you got?
21?
21. Quick question: is your weapon magic? I don't think it is.
Is that? Yes.
Is it magic or not magic?
Yes, it is. No, it is.
It is magic.
Yes.
Okay, so the damage does go through that.
Oh, thank God.
You do notice that you are fighting and trying to stab in a place that usually a normal person would go down, but as you stab, you feel that you're stabbing in between plates.
I don't like it here. Boy, bruv.
He's gonna bonus action try to smack you away.
Huh?
Well, not bonus action, technically reaction, but
Doesn't have to.
does it have to?
It's okay.
18?
18 damage or hitting me?
Hit. Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. You take 26 points of damage, bludgeoning,
That's
as he
so much
slaps
from
you across the
one.
face,
Ow!
pushing you 10 feet back. So I'm going to say you're not going to be able to get in range of him, as he just backhands you without showing any modicum of respect.
I hate this guy.
I will say at this point, you trying to get up, you see Hone kind of gets to your side. Yeah, you're right.
I just got bitch slapped. But yeah, I'm fine.
What exactly is going on here?
He's back with a vengeance. It's back with a vengeance.
Leave it to me. With that, they're going to roll to hit. As they go towards Daka. They rolled that, so they're going to roll.
I feel like this is going to be the end of Hone.
I just saw Hone's life flash before my eyes.
Literally.
Deals 30 points of damage
My boy is cooked.
to you, Scovia.
Huh? More?
As you see, he goes
Hone
to
does 30 points of damage to Scovia? Now what the hell is happening here? What the fuck? Sorry.
You see, he
Go
goes towards Daka. Does a turn looking like he's going to stab. And with that, releases the dagger towards you to get distance. And it clicks in your mind as you see the soldiers that are around are Coldwell men.
Could uncanny dodge that.
It's not an uncanny dodge. It's not a whatchamacallit. It is an attack unless I'm
Attack I can see, yeah, so as I'm
attack
getting
you can see?
attacked.
Okay, so half then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 15.
15 points. As you see the dagger goes and the poison begins to settle in. You see Hong going, You should have really took him up on his offer. We did.
Is this how it's gonna be, Hone?
You see Lenora from the top getting magic ready. It is like that. Sorry, Scovia. They had one part of the deal that they wanted. The people that killed their sister.
Well, I'm not gonna let you kill Ajax.
Don't worry. Their eyes begin to strike lightning. We're killing all of you. At this point, Taika, you are starting to see you're getting outmanned here as you're losing more people who are fighting. And also that there are now 3v3 now.
Yeah, this is happening. Jeez Louise.
Chris,
We
would
signed up
you
for this
like
game.
us to die? Just
That's what
wondering.
it sounds like.
Dying here.
Do you
It's kinda
need us
wild.
to
We could
go?
switch
Do we
sides.
need a backup character? What do you
Now-
need from me right now? Because
Am I
I'm
allowed
How
feeling-
soon
to?
can we get a commission?
Can I phone a friend?
What a friend we
where's the god killer? I need them like now.
They
No.
are not a
Yeah.
sparkling.
Can I phone a friend? Can
Somebody
I
get
phone a god?
Humna in this call right now.
You want to pray? I'll give you
Yeah.
one more before I have to go to Taika. It's
Oh.
only Scovia.
I'll pray
You gonna-
after on my turn.
Okay, with that, Taika, what are you doing? Right now, you are not, you're not incapacitated, what's the word? You're just in, I'm forgetting
Like
the
grappled?
word. You're grappled, there you go, so you're grappled, so,
Yeah, can I break the grapple?
yeah, give me a flex check.
Okay. I remember rolling this carrot like, oh, it's so funny that their stats are shit, and then the stats start to matter.
Oh,
Ugh. Can y'all believe these numbers matter on the screen?
yeah.
Oh, God. 18.
Nat 20. So you try breaking out, and you notice that as you're sort of like ripping off the skin on his other hand, it's also underlying mechanics. As you're starting to see that his almost like endoskeleton, he's replaced with mechanics. Your brother is not necessarily the same. And almost
You're
like as
funny.
you ripping through the muscle underneath is also as well steel, cold.
Okay.
Did I pull out this man's one remaining bone vertebrae?
Did you not notice it wasn't bone?
So what are you doing, Taika? You're not able to grapple up, but you can still do things in a sense.
Okay. All right. I
Just
thought
at
I was done.
disadvantage. So just want to let you know. So because you're like struggling here.
Let's see. I think I would like to shoot one of my arrows and let's see. I guess I want to imbue it with a guiding bolt.
Okay, who are you doing it towards? You got brother in front. To the side next to him is Hone, and then on top, flying about maybe 60 feet up, is Lenora.
Yeah, Daka.
Daka, fantastic.
Okay, let me see.
It's all fun and games, huh, motherfuckers?
I'm stress panting.
Shut up!
We got rip a vertebrae. Yeah, we hard.
I can't believe the people that I trusted have betrayed us.
Betrayal in the villains game? What? Fork found in kitchen. Anyway,
This is fucked up.
it is. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how this works. I know I'm rolling for the weapon and the spell while my poor little kitty gets angry at me.
Wow.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh. Double damage now.
Okay, cool.
Get
cool,
their
cool, cool,
ass.
cool. Like that. I forget what's the damage on a crossbow, y'all.
D6, D6. I believe it's light. If heavy, D8.
Okay, I think. Well, I just have crossbow. Can I take the
D6.
D8?
We can double check later, but I think it's a D6.
Okay, I'll do D6. So double on the D6.
Yep.
That's a 1 and a 4. So and then my guiding bolt.
Okay.
Let's see. That is going to be.
It goes. Since you're where you're at, you do hold your hand up, and it goes into his eye. Doesn't react, but you do notice the magic begins to start.
Yeah, that's the sexy bit. Oh, that is. Oh, let me find my spellcasting. Modifier. That is a 17 plus 1. Okay, that is a 21.
21. With that, you. And with that, blows up in his face as he releases you. You're able to kind of, not necessarily was it choky, but you're able to sort of breathe a little bit more as he sort of goes back for a moment. As you see half of the face is this sort of mesh of what was sculpted of what his original face is, with this sort of mechanics and sculpture. And there are still bits of humanoid in it. Your brother did something to himself. You don't know what. I don't think you have time to unpack that really. As he sort of struggles back.
Yes, because that is 4d6 radiant damage. So I'm gonna roll this out real quick. So that is 6, 5, so 11, another 6, 17, and 1, so 18.
With that, as you're able to push him off the wall, he's gonna have to climb back up. So you buy yourself some time with your brother, as he's kind of not down, but he just has to kind of dash to get back to where he was.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. With that, that's what he does. Ajax, what are you doing in this instance as you are noticing the stables are in front of you? So you do know if you get these horses, you can probably book it out of here with everybody else. So
Chris, we're being attacked on all sides. What do you mean we can get out with the horses? I need to turn into a dragon really bad.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
I'm gonna call this little thing I have called severe. So it's disadvantage and then -5 for whatever you have.
Oh,
The fact that
you sure you don't want to take the horses, bruv?
You know what? Maybe it's the horse. Maybe the horses is the right way to go.
It isn't just me being monogled. Something did happen
Yeah.
to you during your time here. So they fucked with you a bit.
Yeah, I've been fucked with, so it seems. Okay. We're either gonna stay here and die, or we're gonna get out of here and go. So I'm taking my lance out of the ground. Fucking pirate. Doing a quick swipe drive-by at home, because I've got reach. Baby. And then I'm gonna book it into the stables.
Fantastic. Throw a hit.
Alley-oop. That is 17 to hit.
Fantastic
Great.
hits.
Okay.
They are going to
Yeehaw.
uncanny dodge, so half whatever you're going to do here.
Okay. No problem.
Now you go ahead.
It's fuck hone. It's fuck hone hours. I liked him.
Yeah, that's fucked. 8 points of damage to 4, so not too much. Because he's not a dragon. He doesn't get any additional damage.
You tried to spear him. You would have pierced the lung, but luckily he is moving fast as he has really no armor on him. As he dodges out the way, hits him near one of his top surgery scars as he kind of goes off the side bleeding from it.
He punches me in the top surgery scar? That's fucked up!
No,
I punch him. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
okay.
That's fine.
Calm down.
Sorry.
It's the other way
Okay,
around.
when you do it.
It's okay when I do it. Sorry. That was my true and genuine reaction.
How dare you? No, you did it to him. All right. And with that, go to the side. I think if anything, he has the action of like, wow, really? Really low blow.
Get him while you got him. Just gonna keep the. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna keep the path clear so that we can all get into the stable. That's what I'm gonna do.
Fantastic.
So
With
I'm
that,
gonna hold an
Fenwell
action
there.
if anyone tries to attack Scovia or my friend, my second.
Mhm.
Sorry. Yeah.
Scovia, it's now your turn. If you want to pray to Daddy, this is your time.
I'm crestfallen. I'm heartbroken. I'm shook. And I think Scovia drops down to knee. Scovia is thinking about dying here. Because she feels so betrayed. She's like, I know I ain't shit, but y'all? So she drops to a knee. And the necklace that she keeps on her side that keeps her hidden at all times, I think she tears away and throws it on the ground so that Daros can see her. And she pulls out the blade from her chest and begins to kind of point it at her neck. I know you're always watching. And I'm sure maybe you even knew that this would happen. I don't know what to do. But you're the only one that's believed in me.
Religion with advantage, if you'd be so kind. It's wisdom. If you are curious.
What is my wisdom? Dog shit. I got a 15.
15. You point the dagger to yourself. Inches closer and closer to your neck. And as you do, you see a hand rise from the ground and grab it. As it begins to melt, as you see coming from the ground. Not in the form of a man, but of a wolf made of pure magma. As you see Daros goes into his true form. Get to the horses.
And Scovia is crying, looking at him. Okay.
You see he blows forward. You have made a grave mistake. I am Daros the Unrelenting, the god of valor. As he proceeds to tussle with these two, you see Lenore's trying to go in the sky, throwing lightning bolts and spells. You see Hone dodging out the way. At this moment, Daros has provided an encounter for them that they are distracted, leaving you three to deal with your ownness. Even though your brother is going to come up, so you have a round here to escape if you want to.
Yeah, this is the round where we escape.
Yeah.
So, escaping? Scovia escaping?
Yeah, she gets up and she just runs to the horses.
Taika escaping?
Actually, I thought that yes, I'm escaping.
Fantastic. With it, Taka, you lead charge as you're the only one who really knows the quick way and the way that you will have least resistance coming out of here. As Daros just fights at this point, you do notice Daka comes from behind and begins to very much choke hold Daros as he sort of fights all of these three. He goes very Optimus Prime in this moment as he's just fighting these three off.
They are scrapping with a
run
god. Yeah, I'll give them credit for
They're
that.
scrapping with a god, and the thing is, there is not a sense of they're losing. They don't care. So they're just fighting as if this was another day between all of them. As they're doing that, you begin to go off. It's easy for the most part. As you're going through the city, following the secret tunnels, some people try to take care of you, but you're going too fast and are at a down slope that it's easier for you to attack them than it is to attack you. As you, at a certain point, maybe about 5 minutes, you're able to get out the city, and at this point, going across, as it is just an open field between you and the forest. But as you do, you see as Thea is coming in at a predator dive here. So I'm going to need one last check here, athletics from all of you.
This is where we die.
This is a group check, so not individual.
14.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Better not fuck this up, Taika.
I mean, I guess we're twinning with another unnatural 20.
Hey, let's go.
Unnatural
Ugh.
20, you said?
Unnatural.
Fantastic.
So 19 plus 1.
You notice that as you're going fast, they are very much behind you. You can hear almost like a hurricane, their wings. The air is being sucked back inwards as you see the trees are reacting. You can feel the cold coming from behind, but you're a little bit faster as you... There's a bridge in front as you... And in slow motion, as you get about halfway to the bridge, they launch what is almost like a fireball, but more of an ice form of it, more like a giant icicle, that you are all able to avoid the damage itself. But with it, you notice that the ice launches you all off of your horses, giving the illusion of very much your horses get flash frozen in an instant. But for the rest of you, you go off the edge and into the water. Thea looks around proudly. Giving their victory squeal as the city of Coldwell Pass is now under the control of the dragonlords. And all of you, for the moment, are unconscious in this cold water. Very quickly, what is going through all your minds? Starting off with you, Ajax, as you go into this sleep, in a sense.
I just got blasted into ice hell by my ex-situationship who thinks that I'm the worst person alive. So you tell me, Chris, how I'm feeling. Ajax, if there's one thing that Ajax can still be loyal to, it's death. And so if it's going to take them here and now, at least they served it well.
Lovely, lovely. Taika, how are you feeling?
I got to see my brother again. And the last thing he looked at me was with malice. And I deserved it.
And last but not least, how do you feel, Scovia?
Heartbroken is an understatement. The Scovia is a piece of shit. Always has been. Not always has been, actually. That is a development since coming to the Empire. She's only ever really trusted herself. And I guess Daros, considering, well, he doesn't make mistakes. But the tiny spot of trust that she left in her heart went to the Coldwells, because they have always treated her right. She would never betray them. No matter how many deals she made, no matter how many backs she stabbed, she would even lie to people. She would even lie on her jobs to give the Coldwells an advantage in this war. They threw her away. She's hurting.
You go unconscious into a deep sleep. as the only thing you feel as you doze off is the ice-cold nature of this river. And the camera watches your bodies travel. And travel. Travel. Through small ravines to isolated areas far off and away from most civilization. But then, at some point, like anything, it lands on a bed of rocks. We don't see at the moment who exactly sees you. All we see is the sort of darkish brown hand and the scars around it, with floral tattoos all around, wearing green. As they go over to your body, think to themselves for a second, and drag you from the riverbed. And that is where we shall end our episode for today. Yay! Yay!
Notice how you're the only one cheering? Just wanted to
Yes.
point that out. Just wanted to point out
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Just the only notice that
yeah.
You're the only one who's cheering right now.
Yay! With that,
Sick.
everyone, as you can see, it is another wonderful episode of the Stewards War. Yay! With that in mind, we hope you all had a wonderful time. And before we end our show, let's do our plugs right quick, folks, while their brains are still functioning. We'll do this in reverse order, I guess, here. So start off, Zoe, yes, please.
Hello, everyone. It is I. So, I've played Scovia. Really got to make some changes in life, you know? Life comes at you quick. If you like what I do, then if you like what I did here, you'll love what I do everywhere else. Follow me on Blue Sky now at radicalzo.bluesky.ht. I don't know the Blue Sky word. I think they should make a small change, and that's make our usernames not so ugly. But you know, that's life. I'm gonna pass it in reverse order, I think, to Vin. Yeah, I think to Vin. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Vin.
Have you or a loved one been emotionally damaged by VO_Cologne? Call now. Thank you. Representatives are standing by for this class action lawsuit. How dare you! Anyway, hi. I'm Vin at vinvoxva.bsky.social, because some of us can read. If you like me being emotionally charged, I'm available. I'm a voice actor. That'll be vinvox.com. That is my resume. That is my demo reels. That is my studio specs. And see, what do you have going on? How are we funding our lawyers?
Well, you can find me bringing the lawyers together under the banner of House C Plays RPG all across the internet, Blue Sky mostly. And if you are looking for pro bono assassination work, just say the word. And furthermore, if you'd like to see me fight Chris Cologne behind a Denny's, all you need to do is follow me on Blue Sky. One follower will do. So
Amen.
whenever we're ready for that that charity streaming event, listen, I'm here and I'm ready. So thank you for tuning in. I played Ajax, who I can't believe I was so excited to be a dragon. And he said, yeah, you could be a dragon. And I didn't think that there'd be a catch. I didn't think that there'd be a catch. I say, I'm gonna fly us right out of here. And you said, like hell you are. So fuck you for that, Chris. Affectionate. That was a great episode, and I hate you. So why don't you talk about yourself?
Hi, I'm the guy they're never gonna get. In all seriousness, my name is Chris, and I was your MC for these preceding evenings. I almost forgot, this lovely stream here was sponsored by two lovely folks. First and foremost, we're playing Tales of the Valiant, exclamation point TOV if you want to go check out all their stuff. They got a new expansion called Enter the Labyrinth, which is them kind of exploring all the magics and weird kind of new heroes you can find in the multi-planar verse that is out there that 5e is associated with. And Chicken Piku, we had the lovely scenes here, as you can see, to really hone in the emotional state that we're in. They provide a lovely amount of maps, scenes, and also tokens. Lovely tokens, that system they got coming out. So if you need any of their stuff for your 5e table, or any table really in general that needs a map or scene, hit these guys up by typing exclamation point map in the chat. You can find me, particularly, everywhere on the interweb, Twitter and Blue Sky as well, at VO_Cologne. Even though on Blue Sky, it's just VO Cologne because they don't allow underscores. But it's pretty much the same. You see a little mage guy waving his hand, looking innocent. That's me. But with that in mind, we hope you had a wonderful time with us today, and we can't wait to see you next week for another episode of the Stewards War. Until then, everyone, we hope you have a lovely night. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.